Eala has impact on the Dubai Tennis Championships which has never been seen before. Eala is set to make her debut at the Indian Wells event this week following her run to the Dubai Tennis Championships quarterfinals. Eala stunned Jasmine Paolini on her way to the last 8 in the UAE, before losing to Coco Gauff in straight sets. Throughout the Dubai event, Eala's fans produced raucous atmospheres comparable to some of the biggest matches in the sport's history. The Filipina is having an incredible impact on the game, despite being ranked outside the world's top 30 players. And this impact has been recognized by the Dubai Tennis Championships following the conclusion of the tournament. Dubai Tournament Director hails Eala's influence on the Dubai Tennis Championships. Despite previous concerns regarding the withdrawals of Aryna Sabalenka and Iga Swiatek, Tournament Director Sulatalik has expressed his delight at how the week played out. Talik, who has been the tournament director since 2019, focused particularly on the influence of Eala while speaking to the National. "We had a fantastic women's week," Talik said. "We had 4 top 10 players competing in the semifinals and so many great matches. Eala was a brilliant addition to the field. She attracted a new demographic to the tennis and the stadium was sold out for all her matches. People were desperately trying to get tickets but they were all gone. We've never seen anything like it," he continued. "I'm so happy that our sport and our tournament have captured the hearts of Filipino fans here in the UAE, because they bring so much passion to the stadium." Tennis fans packed the center court stadium at the Dubai Tennis Championships, creating atmospheres rarely heard on the WTA Tour. Eala's fans have turned out in their masses at every tournament she has competed in this year, and who would bet against that continuing in Indian Wells? Eala's influence could see Indian Wells set a new fan attendance record. Last year, Indian Wells set an all-time attendance record with 504,268 tennis fans passing through the gates during the 15-day event. With Eala now making her debut at the event this year, the fan attendance record could be broken. Tennis fans will soon find out whether Eala's influence will continue to bear fruit in California. The Filipina is due to play her second-round match on Friday upon the completion of all first-round matches. Eala will face Diana Yastremska or 2019 US Open champion Bianca Andreescu in the second round. If Eala wins her second-round match, she could face Coco Gauff in the third round. Gauff recently defeated Eala at the Dubai Tennis Championships, 6-0, 6-2. The desert wind had always moved gently across the courts of the Dubai Tennis Championships, carrying with it the scent of ambition, legacy, and polished expectation. For years, the tournament had been a stage for legends, Grand Slam champions, Olympic medalists, former world number ones, players whose names already shimmered like the skyline of Dubai itself. But in one particular season, something unfamiliar stirred in the warm Gulf air. Her name was Eala. She arrived not as a headline, not yet as a global superstar, but as a quiet current beneath the surface. The draw sheets did not tremble at her name. The commentators spoke of her as promising. The crowd knew little, only that she was young, left-handed, and carried the hopes of a nation that had long waited for a tennis star of its own. What happened next had never been seen before in Dubai. The first shockwave. The first match began as most early round matches do. Polite applause, curious glances, the hum of expectation. Her opponent was experienced, seasoned in the rhythms of the WTA Tour. The stadium anticipated routine efficiency. Instead, they witnessed revolution. Eala's game did not roar, it resonated. Her forehand, carved with left-handed angles, sliced through the court like sunlight through glass towers. Her backhand, compact yet fearless, redirected pace with a precision that unsettled even the most composed opponent. She did not overpower, she outthought. She did not outshout, she outmaneuvered. Each rally grew longer, each point more electric. By the time match point arrived, the crowd was no longer polite. They were leaning forward. They were choosing sides. And when her final shot kissed the line, the applause was no longer courteous. It was thunder. The first shockwave had landed. A nation awakens. News travels differently in the digital age. It doesn't trickle, it explodes. Across the Philippines, screens lit up. Social media feeds flooded with clips of impossible angles and fearless rallies. Students stayed up past midnight. Families gathered around televisions. Hashtags bloomed like desert flowers after rare rain. For the first time, the Dubai Tennis Championships wasn't just a prestigious stop on the tour. It became a bridge between continents. Between the Middle East and Southeast Asia. Between established tennis powers and emerging ones. With every victory, Eala carried more than her racket. She carried a flag invisible but unmistakable. And Dubai began to feel it. Ticket sales surged. Not just from local fans, but from Filipino expatriates across the Gulf. The stands filled with new colors, new chants, new rhythms of support. Drums echoed softly in the distance. Flags waved high above corporate banners. For the first time in its history, the tournament felt like a cultural convergence, not merely a sporting event. The upset that redefined possibility. In the quarterfinals, she faced a former champion, a player whose name had once lifted trophies under the blazing Dubai sun. Experience versus audacity. Reputation versus belief. The match unfolded like a duel between eras. The champion struck first, dictating play with heavy ground strokes. The crowd murmured, perhaps the fairy tale had reached its final chapter. But Eala did something remarkable. She smiled. It was not defiance. It was recognition. She understood that this was the moment that separates hopefuls from history makers. She adjusted her position. She changed the rhythm. She introduced higher net clearance, sharper cross-court angles, unexpected drop shots that forced the veteran forward. Point by point, she dismantled predictability. When she broke serve in the third set, the stadium did not erupt. They gasped. The realization dawned collectively. This was not luck. This was legitimacy. Her victory that night did more than eliminate a favorite. It altered the emotional architecture of the tournament. Suddenly, every match felt possible. Every underdog felt dangerous. The desert had learned a new word: belief. Beyond rankings. Rankings are numerical. Impact is atmospheric. What Eala brought to Dubai transcended statistics. She brought narrative tension to every rally. She brought youth that did not apologize. She brought composure that seemed older than her years. Commentators began to adjust their language. No longer promising. Now poised. No longer future star. Now present force. Children in the stands mimicked her left-handed swing between games. Ball kids whispered her name. Even her opponents, in post-match interviews, spoke of her court intelligence with visible respect. For a tournament accustomed to established icons, this was unprecedented. The center of gravity had shifted toward a rising star mid-event.